Once again, at NAB this year, I filmed a bunch of short interviews at the booths, finding new interesting products to highlight. Originally, I posted these videos to my Instagram channel in vertical format. But in this video, this is the reframed horizontal version of the same interviews. You can skip around to the different products with the timestamps below. At the end, I'll tell you where to go to see how these were made, and how we filmed horizontal and vertical videos at the same time. But most importantly, how we were able to publish these during the show the same day they were filmed. I'm here at the RØDE booth at NAB Day 1, here with Ryan from RØDE to talk all about their new microphone.
So what I'm holding right here is the RØDE Interview Pro. Now this is a professional handheld interview microphone that has onboard recording, so you can record 32-bit floating point, which if anyone is not familiar with that, it basically means that regardless of whether the person you're interviewing is whisper quiet or if they're screaming loud, the audio signal integrity is always going to be perfect, and you can always fix it up in post if you need to, if you've clipped on your camera. It has gain assist technology on board, so what actually goes to the RØDE receiver is already controlled for dynamics.
So you said when it goes to the RØDE receiver, so that means this is actually pairing wirelessly to the RØDE Wireless Go and Pro receivers?
Absolutely. So any RØDE Series 4 wireless microphone, the Interview Pro is compatible with. So you'll get up to 200 meters range, line of sight. It works with a RØDE Wireless Pro, it'll work with a Wireless Me, or even a Wireless Go 2. Now what's really cool about that, if you're using the Wireless Pro, is that it also has timecode support. So you can actually have timecode on board in the metadata of uncompressed WAV file that you get on board, and you can then actually print timecode on your camera so you can perfectly synchronize camera, audio, speeds up your workflow in post-production.
That's fantastic. So if it supports receiving to the Wireless Pros, does that mean it also can be received by the RØDECaster series?
Absolutely. So RØDECaster Duo, RØDECaster Pro have inbuilt wireless receivers for the RØDE Series 4 wireless range, and this will work seamlessly with a RØDECaster Pro or a RØDECaster Duo. That
is a pretty slick setup. I'm looking forward to taking a look at it further. But yeah, thanks so much for the info.
Absolutely. Thanks for coming by.
I'm here at NAB at the Sprolink booth with Aaron from Sprolink. Now, I've covered the Sprolink Neolive on my channel before, but I'm here to actually talk about a prototype of a new device that is pretty exciting to me, so I'll let Aaron explain what this device does.
Yeah. Hello guys, this is Aaron from Sprolink. This time we have a new released device. This is called MD2. Yeah, I will also call this device mini presentation switcher because we got this key functions from Aaron's channel. If you guys still remember this kind of setup, we have two inputs. One loop out for the presentation, and we have programmable UVC and HDMI so that you can set as camera feed, fixed as camera feed, and the program you can send it to live streaming and recording. Yeah, this setup is totally followed one of the video from Aaron. I think the video is called live streaming switcher that not exist yet. Right.
Exactly. Yeah, I did a video a year or two ago about live streaming devices that don't exist, and now it looks like one of these does exist. So this is super exciting to see. I'm at the B&H booth with Joseph from Mevo Camera to talk about the Mevo Core and sneak peek of a new feature they're working on. So give us a quick rundown of the Mevo Cores, even though if you've been following my channel, I have a deep dive video about the cameras, but quick recap.
Sure. So Mevo Core is our latest Micro Four Thirds camera. It is a 4K camera with a 6-hour battery life. Has HDMI out. You got ability to record. But I think the most important thing that people should take away from this camera is that it's wireless. You got Wi-Fi 6E built in, and you don't need cables. So we have the options to use cables if you want to, but you're truly cableless if you would like to go on the go and create a quality production.
Yeah. So the cameras connect to the app that runs on an iPad or iPhone. And that's kind of the whole deal with the cameras, but this is the new feature that's in this app, right? Which is...
So we just released Mevo app update where it's going to allow us to do a UVC webcam, meaning that you can take a traditional wired webcam, plug it into the mobile device running the Mevo app, and now you can transmit that directly into a wireless configuration with the multicam.
Okay, so now you can mix your wireless Mevo Core cameras with wired webcams plugged into the iPad. That is a pretty cool combination. That's fantastic. I'm at the Magewell booth at NAB with Mike to talk about a couple things at the booth here. You are probably familiar with the Magewell Director Mini if you've been following my YouTube channel. And they do have a couple of new firmware updates that they launched in the Director Mini right before the show.
The new 2.4 firmware upgrade that we released just a couple of weeks ago, key features, instant replay, network bonding featuring Speedify technology, HTML graphics overlays. If you've got a third-party service, you're feeding it scoreboards, election graphics, that sort of thing. Integration with OBSBOT cameras. It now brings in full NDI, pushing social media comments visually on screen. Over 24 new features and enhancements. We're really excited about it.
But I also want to talk about a new product they launched at NAB, which is this rack case here.
Exactly. Well, there's one right behind your head here, which is our standalone converter. We've had a ton of them, really popular for converting signals to and from NDI. So as the scale of people's deployments have gotten bigger, though, there's been a demand for more space efficiency, better power management, things like that. This is our new Matador platform, which is designed to solve exactly that. So it's a 2RU rack mount chassis that can take 10 modules, and the modules have the equivalent functionality to the individual ProConvert bricks. We have encoders for full NDI, we have decoders that are multi-format, NDI, NDI-HX, SRT, hot swappable boards that go in them, redundant power supplies that are hot swappable, again for that fault tolerance, the kind of thing you'd expect from a 24/7 operation in a rack.
I'm here at NAB Day 1 at the OSEE booth with Liren to talk about the latest new version of the GoStream. Tell me, Liren, what are the top 2 or 3 new features of the new OSEE GoStream?
Yeah, I think for the new GoStream, we call it a duet. Duet means it can work with SDI and HDMI at the same time.
Okay, so I see on the device there's HDMI ports on the back and SDI ports on the side now. So you can switch between using either HDMI or SDI for the 4 channels?
Yeah, sure. And you can use them in any combination.
That's super cool. Okay, and then I also see next to this we've got a computer and a stream deck. So does that mean what I think it means?
Yeah, because our customer use GoStream deck for more complicated application. So we added the new software that can control our GoStream deck. And at the same time, we integrate the companion plug-in. This expands the possibility of control.
That is super exciting. I love it. I'm so excited to see companion support and a PC control software for the GoStream deck. All right, this is called the OSEE GoStream Deck Duet, and it's available next month, you said?
Yeah, we will sell it on the Amazon USA first on next month.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I'm at the Epiphan booth with Julian to talk about a couple of their new products and integrations they've got here. Give us a quick rundown of the new Pearl.
Sure. Thanks, Aaron. We're happy to have you guys here. We're really excited about our new Pearl Nexus, which is really designed for the folks that want to integrate the Pearl into a larger solution. So it's a 1 rack mount unit, no screen on it, so it's our first device without a screen. So it's really meant to be controlled either from the cloud or from network-based control system, like something like a Crestron, Extron, QSys, or our other new thing here at the show, which is our integration and new plugin with Scarhoy. So we have a new plugin on the Scarhoy controllers that they'll be able to sniff out the Pearl on the network. You'll be able to assign different buttons and commands to control one Pearl or many. So it pairs really nicely. If you're building a bigger studio setup, you can have that Nexus in the rack or any of the other Pearls and just control it off that button controller.
That's super cool. Always love seeing external control of the Pearl devices, and the Scarhoy integration looks very nice.
So yeah, that's what we're really excited, just give folks more options to bring the power of Pearl. And what we've been highlighting over the last year is really automating those video spaces. So now if you're building that podcast studio, or you're doing lecture capture, or you're in a courtroom, or you're a company that wants to stream their webinars, well, now you have an easy way to do those, not the CEO town hall or top tier event, but those other weekly kind of easier events can just happen without as much work.
That's super great. Thanks so much. I'm here at the OBSBOT booth with Juju to talk about a few of their new products. All right, what is this little box you've got in your hand?
Oh, this is a magic box, I can say. It can turn every UVC camera to enables it had the NDI ability. It means now we can use it to our tiny tube or our UVC webcam. You just need to insert the cables. This is for the data transfer. This is for the power, and also this is only for the remote control. And then you can connect with the Ethernet cables, and that because it has the NDI license inside, so you don't have to buy an extra NDI license.
Great, so you plug in a USB webcam into this box and then plug this on your network, and now your webcam is over NDI.
So we have one more amazing box here today. This year we want to show you guys. This is called the OBSBOT Talent. This is not only encoder, it's also the switcher. It is a controller of our cameras, but also the encoder, decoder, recorder, anything. You can also do the live streaming in that box.
Here at the Hollyland booth with Randall. Tell me about this camera. I see a screen and I see some app icons.
Pretty cool. So we already have the Venus Live. I don't know what we're going to name this yet. This is very new for me too. But they did add TikTok in. We were playing with it a little earlier. It looks like you're going to get straight to the app, which seems pretty cool. But still that same idea of doing live streaming straight from the camera itself to be able to go to your separate social channels, TikTok, Instagram, whatever it is. And a lot of it, especially because it's Chinese made, is a lot of from like the live shopping aspect, where a lot of people want to just kind of have a simple have the ability to do overlays and put in layers for themselves if they want to do any sort of titles, things of that nature, right? And so it's really fun to be able to have that ability right from the camera itself too, and that's what this is going to add, which is pretty cool.
Okay, that's pretty cool. And then we got a couple of new wireless transmitters here. The name of this one is called the Hollyland
Pyro.
That sounds very cool. So what's the difference with this one? What's new here?
So a little more on the reception side. We used to just do 2 hard receivers on the Mars, right? We're going to up it to 4, right? Depending on whether you go from 2 to 4, though, you're going to get a little extension on transmission. So if you do the 2, you're going to get close to 1,200 feet. If you go up to 4, though, you kind of go to broadcast mode, we call it, and that's going to get us down to about 600 feet. So still a little more footage, still going 4K through the HDMI, but we're going to have 3 different styles, right? The Pyro H will just be the HDMI in and out. The S will have both HDMI and SDI, and then the wireless monitor that'll go along with it too. It's pretty cool.
Super cool. Love to see it. All right. Well, thanks so much.
Aaron, I appreciate you. Thanks for coming.
Welcome to NAB Day 1. I'm Aaron Parecki here at the Nearstream booth with Karen to talk about some of the new cameras that they are launching. This is a very interesting looking camera system connected to this iPad here. So Karen, why don't you tell me about what this is and what it can do?
Yeah, sure. Thank you for coming to the booth, Aaron. So here you can take a look of our 2K wireless live streaming cameras, and it's called Nearstream VM33. And this camera compatible with our iOS systems, so you can download either on your phone or use it like I did here, so on the iPad. So this camera you can capture up to 2K resolutions, and for streaming you can do 1080p. And in our app, it will support direct streaming to like major platforms like Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. And also you can do the recording at the same time. In our app, it also has lots of built-in features such as graphics or audio mixing. Also, you can do auto director. Also, we just implement the NDI features. So it's a very interesting wireless system for content creators, also for like church users or for sports.
It's a lot of features in that application. That's great. So it's an all-in-one kit. You buy a couple of cameras connected to the iPad, add your graphics, and go live.
Exactly. Yeah.
Cool. Great. Thanks so much. I'm here at NAB with Frank from Yololiv to talk about their wireless multi-camera ecosystem, the YoloBox Ultra, paired with a few of their alpha cams. Tell us, what are a few of the new features that you've been working on with alpha cams?
As everyone knows, and Yololiv finally makes its own camera that beyond YoloBox, and we build an ecosystem, build a portable multi-camera wireless system. And what's new compared to IBC, what we have IBC, about what we have, the like autofocus and 4K 60, we have something new. For example, it's the dual native ISO, which that ensures that you can deliver excellent quality in both low light and high light environment. And also there's a wireless connection with the YoloBox Ultra, so you can control it wireless from YoloBox and do a small portable multi-cam production from the device itself. And one thing I should also mention is it was support like HDMI out and USB out, but now we make it simultaneous, which means you can do both at the same time. And when other things that you cannot easily notice, but it's still very important, is we keep improving the video quality and also the speed of autofocus.
Always like to see the products continuing to improve, so it's always nice to see Frank as well. Thanks so much. Here with Madison from iFootage to talk about their new monopod.
We started Cobra Strike, I would say about 6 years ago, Cobra Strike 2. A lot of people loving it. And now we took our time to design the Cobra 3 Strike, which is a one-hand operation. I want to show you here. Okay. So basically there's a mechanic design here, so you can press it slightly. You can go up and let go and then lock it in place. Okay. And then I press it again wherever I want, and you can just go all the way down and all the way up. Okay. So the height is 150 centimeters. And then right at the base, if you look at it's a pedal design. So you press on it once, and then you can pivot the whole monopod. Press it again, and go back to the center point. So, and I want to show you something really cool as well. You see this like a sleeve here. Press it once, you let go, and then put it back in. Press, it lock in place. Well, it's not finished yet. Okay, I'll do the same again. Okay, and now go all the way to the bottom. If you want to do a low angle shot, look at this.
Amazing.
It's ready to go. And then again, one hand operation, let go, pop it back in, put it down, put it back down, and off you go. That's our Cobra 3 Strike.
So this is on Kickstarter right now, almost reached the goal. How do we find the Kickstarter link?
You can go onto our social media page. It's all up there right now. You can see the demo videos up there and all the details about this campaign. Yeah.
Perfect. Thanks so much. I'm at the XKeys booth with Maggie to talk about their new key controllers. So taking a look at some nice pretty colors here, but tell us what's new about these.
Absolutely. So these are all full RGB keyboards. They all have aluminum-based extrusion and they're all at an angle. So these work just as the rest of our XKeys. We have Windows software, Mac software, a free SDK if you want to write us right in. So yeah, they're really exciting. They're all made in Michigan. So woo!
So as you probably know, if you follow my channel, I'm a big user of Companion, and from what I've seen, these do work with Companion because as the SDK is available, people can build it to control whatever they want on a computer or...
Yep, absolutely. And you can also use all of our accessories to change the layout a little bit. So if you wanted some bigger keys on here, some blockers on here, definitely can customize it to whatever operator needs. So.
That's great. And these are the new ones here, right? So this is the aluminum extrusion model, and then the other thing you said that was new was the RGB lighting.
Yes.
So full range.
Absolutely. Yep. This is our full range with RGB backlit, and so I don't even know how many colors that is. It's a whole lot of colors. So you could do a little bit of everything. You can do individual addressable backlighting as well. So if you want to do an activator button, we can definitely do that. So.
That's super cool. These are very, very nice looking, very pretty. Love it. Thanks so much.
Yeah. Thanks for coming by, you guys. Thank you.
I'm here with Joe from Central Control to talk about some of their new integrations with the Blackmagic ATEM ecosystem, to talk about how the new XKeys partnership works. So what exactly is going on here with this little box?
So we've had a Windows app for the past few years, but now what we've done is we've collaborated with PI Engineering XKeys to essentially have Central Control running inside the unit. So for our demo today, we've got an ATEM Mini Extreme, we've got a HyperDeck, and we're controlling it all from this unit. We've got control of the switcher, playback on the HyperDeck, as well as our SuperSource animation system, which can be used to easily manage and animate between SuperSource presets.
So now instead of the XKeys controlling the ATEM software control, you're able to have this box control the ATEM directly.
Yep, so it's configured in our web user interface. You do that from any PC or Mac, and once you've done all your configuration, it's a self-contained unit, and you can take it to your production, and you've got a full self-contained production, controller, perfect like a one-man band, which I'm sure we all find ourselves in.
I'm here with Eric from Stripe TV to give you a quick demo of their iPad Telestrator app, which looks like it has a few neat features.
So as you mentioned, this is a iPad Telestrator. We tried to make it a Telestrator, typical Telestrator, but try to make it as portable as possible and wireless. It runs on an iPad, as you can see. It's got all your typical Telestrator tools, and we're going to be adding more as we go along. So it uses NDI to receive your background video and uses NDI to output the drawings back on top of your original video. Now we could, if there's a standalone version, you can use just the iPad software only, and that works with OBS, vMix, any kind of software that receives or sends NDI. If you want a more professional setup, we also have a Stripe, we call it a Stripe box right now, we don't have an official name for it yet, that will be using SDI to send the signal to wherever you need, but it still uses NDI to send the video to and from the box. As you'll see, I'll be able to draw, and you'll see the key and fill being drawn on the box right here, so just to give you an example of what it looks like. We have your standard tools, right? We got the pen tool, arrow tool, we got Spotlight. We also have one thing that was great with the iPad is it's got integrated tracking inside using the, I think it's Apple Core ML. So within the iPad itself, we're able to track players that way as well. So we don't have to use any third-party software. It's all in the iPad.
Oh, that's fascinating. Well, that's your quick overview of the Telestripe app for iPad. And there is a free version on the App Store if you want to give a couple of the more basic tools a try. I'm at NAB with Chris from Elgato to talk about a couple of their new products, the teleprompter and the new Facecam Mark II.
Absolutely.
So give me a quick rundown on a couple of the new features of the webcam first.
Yeah, so with Facecam Mark II, it's a new iteration of our original Facecam webcam, and it still features 1080p 60 in uncompressed and compressed video now, but the new thing, it has HDR in a 1080p image. It actually operates at 120 in the back end, so then you get two 1080p 60 images combined, so you get a real nice balance of shadows and lighting, so you don't really need to mess around with any sort of external lighting features. But as always, more lighting is always better in a camera.
The teleprompter, this was a relatively recent launch, right?
Correct.
So what are the sort of highlights of what people should know about this?
Yeah, so with Prompter, it comes in 3 different modes. You have a display mode. It runs off a single USB-C to USB-A to your computer, and it acts just like a monitor. So you can throw Zoom, Teams, PowerPoint, YouTube videos, whatever you want, just like you'd use a regular, 27-inch monitor. It also has a text mode, so you can load up your scripts, whatever your talking points are, just like a regular teleprompter. But it also has a really fun chat mode for your Twitch chats. So you are a streamer, you're a content creator, you type in a Twitch channel, and now your Twitch chat is just scrolling up on your prompter. So you can thank your donators, your subscribers, directly while looking at the camera.
I'm a big fan of the Stream Deck, as you all probably know if you've been following my channel, so super fun to visit Elgato here in the booth.
Yeah. Thank you, Aaron. I really appreciate it.
Thanks. I'm here at the Blackmagic booth with Darren to talk about some of their new IP2110 products. So Darren, can you give us a quick rundown somehow of the massive new lineup of 2110 products from Blackmagic?
Yes, absolutely. So we've got a range of new 2110 products. What we want to do here is be able to enable people who have got maybe existing SDI infrastructures but want to incorporate IP feeds or send out to IP as well with their existing ecosystem. So we've got a range of rack-mounted converters and also mini style converters as well. So that means we can have IP conversion at kind of camera end or on the end of a monitor for when sending out for delivery. But then for the production equipment or next to the production equipment, we can convert back to SDI or convert from SDI to IP and send that out into the world.
So what would you say is the main reason somebody would want to switch to 2110 or add 2110 to their existing infrastructure of HDMI or SDI workflow?
Yeah, I mean, obviously with when people are now starting to expand their network, they might want to incorporate 10G Ethernet to enable sending lots of different things over their network infrastructure they already have in place. They might not want to run SDI. There's a place for both. There's a place for SDI-based equipment. There's a place for network-based equipment as well. But the beauty here is that we can bridge that gap between the two worlds.
I am back at the Blackmagic booth at NAB with Darren to give us a quick demonstration of the new instant replay feature in Resolve. And I think this is going to be huge because this is probably one of the most accessible instant replay features I've seen in a long time. So let's do a quick demo. of running through with the sample footage we have here.
We've got in Resolve here, as you can see, we have our 4 camera angles coming in directly into Resolve from our cloud store. This means we can view what's happening in real time as, in this case, the ice hockey game is taking place. As soon as something happens in the ice hockey, so they've just started there, I can set a point of interest, and immediately that's going to add a point of interest to my growing file that appears on the timeline in Resolve. Then it's moved into my multi-source view. I can scroll back exactly to that point in time where the game begins. I can choose the angle that I want. Maybe I want to go for camera angle number 3, for example. And then once camera angle 3 is selected, I can run that, and it's going to run that live to air. I can then change which camera angle I want to choose and go back to 3 seconds or 4 seconds perhaps behind the point of interest, and we can constantly just change to which camera we want to view live on air. And then as soon as we want to come away from that, we can dump out, and it's going to dump out of the replay and bring the live feeds back up for the operator. We can add stinger transitions to the beginning and end of this as well. We can also ramp the speed, so if we want to play back in slow motion, we can do speed ramps as well, which makes it really powerful and really effective for live replays.
I'm here at the UGREEN booth with Diana to talk about a whole new product they're launching. Here to talk about the new NAS lineup is Diana. Tell me, what are the highlights of this new product range?
Hello guys, my name is Diana, and we just launched the new product line named NAS. It means NAS Attached Storage, and we have different models like 2 base, 4 base, 6 base, until 8 base. We also have a special model, is named All Flash models, and we cooperate with Intel, and we use their processor, the 12th generation processor, which makes our data transferring speed is faster than other processors. And the second one is most of our models is equipped with 10 gigabytes Ethernet, which can make your transferring easy and faster. And we also have our own OS named UGOS, and we have our own app you can download on your all the tech devices you have.
That's fantastic. It sounds like a really great product. A lot of different options for bays and 10 gig Ethernet and SSD for flash as well.
Yeah.
So that's great. Love to see it. Thanks so much. It's NAB 2024, and I'm here at the YC Onion booth with Sandy. Now, we've actually been using the YC Onion Pineda monopod this whole week to film these interviews. It's holding up the camera right now, but they're actually working on a new version of it, and here is Sandy to tell us about some of the new features.
As you can see, the biggest feature of Pineda Pro monopod is that the lock is different. So before, it's a lever lock, so you need to, there's a safety lock in here, you need to click the safety button and lift up the lock again, and then to adjust the height, you still need 2 hands. But right now, for the trigger lock, the new trigger lock, you can literally control the height by just 1 hand. Very simple 1-hand operation.
Yeah, that's super cool. That looks a lot faster to pull up and down. We've been adjusting the height of this rig all week, going up and down to get different shots, and that's a lot faster, that looks like. Is there any other differences you want to highlight here?
Yeah, so it's not just fast, we also make it safe. So that's why we add a lock button here. So it's right by your hand, and when you are adjusting the lock, you can always use your fingers and push that lock. It lock the trigger, so it will not accidentally press by somebody else. So it's super safe.
That's super great. Yeah, thanks for the overview. Check out this video on my channel about the process of filming and posting these videos the same day. And check out Photo Joseph's channel to see his short videos, as well as a video with a detailed breakdown of the rig we used. And thanks again to Atomos, Condor Blue, Adobe, Frame.io, and Crater for sponsoring this project at NAB.